launched literally this week in South Africa. The Toyota Urban Cruiser fits in under the Fortuner, and in some ways there are a couple of little signs that it's a baby Fortuner. If you look at this front end over here and you look at the angles and the chrome over there, you'll see a little bit of Fortuner in it. You've got nice LED headlights, you've got LED fog light at the bottom over here, because this is the GLX model. Note the daytime running lights under there as well, but the Toyota badge on the front, because yes, we're not going to go through the whole thing. You know, it is based on a Suzuki model as well. You can also see the skid plate effect at the front over here in grey, and you'll see there's a similar one at the rear. Now, GLX spec, let's talk that for a little bit. Means you get things like 16-inch mag wheels, very neat dual color mag wheels over there. You get features like push button unlock, and also auto folding mirrors, which will only unfold when I start the engine, but they are over there. You get more features. Now let's have a look over here. Let's open up the back door while we're here, and you'll see there's very nice space in the rear of the car. And you've got plenty of room. You've got Isofix in the back. Very neat cloth seats, cloth covering on these seats. And you've got lots of features like that over there as well. Also, a very interesting little hook on the back of the driver's seat for a parcel or something like that in the back seat over there. These are little touches, but you know what? The little touches can sometimes add up to quite a lot. And that, to me, does make a difference. You come around to the back. And when the dirt bikes have gone past, seeing as we're out near an off-road track, you see over here, of course, the Urban Cruiser legend in chrome across the back over here. Very bold. They're telling you exactly what. And I mentioned we're in top XR spec. Very interesting rear tail lights as well, coming into, of course, the rear hatch. Rear park distance control beepers over there. As I said, you've got the very grey coloured skid plate effect down at the bottom, and all those features, because you have got 190 millimeters of ground clearance on this one. So no, it's not an off-roader. It's definitely not a 4x4, but it does give you that little bit of off-road ability, and that's very, very important. You open up and you'll see you've got a very nice sized boot over here. Obviously dropped rear seats, 2/3, 1/3 as I always mention, and a nice feature, if you can bring the camera right in here, is you've got a 12-volt socket in the boot area as well. Something that you don't get very often. So really a neat little touch. You lift up the board and aha, we've got a full-size spare wheel. Thank you very much to you for that one, Toyota. Makes a big difference as far as I'm concerned, especially in South Africa with all our potholes. Well, the Urban Cruiser is powered by that familiar Suzuki engine. 1.5 litre petrol engine, puts out 77 kilowatts, 138 newton meters of torque for pretty peppy performance. Let's look inside. Jumping in behind the wheel, you'll see the instrumentation is identical to, of course, its cousin, shall we say. But what I want to show you is that 15.1 kilometers per litre. So that's about 6.5 litres per 100. Not at all bad for a vehicle like this. We've done town driving. We've done an open road cruise. You can see we've covered 320 kilometers in order to achieve that. So I'm very, very satisfied with a figure like that. It's given us all of that, as you can imagine. And that's pretty important. Cruise control, again, on the XR top version. And electric windows all around, but something, well, you're going to say I'm being picky, but you've got to manually lock the doors using that button. There's no auto lock on pull off. Phone controls down over there and sound system up here on the steering wheel, all very, very standard. You come across to the center over here and you've got the very nice Toyota touchscreen with the My Toyota Connect and systems, and of course has Android Auto, etc. Also, as I have said to you, does include a reverse camera, so good stuff there. I'm very happy with that fact. The dashboard, you can see now all the different facets and surfaces, etc., which are very interesting, but it's plastic, but decent quality, feels solid, And you do have the dual cubbyhole with the top one actually having a cooling facility for your water, for example. So our gush water over here, nice and cool, thank you very much. And a normal cubbyhole down below as well. Good feature. Now, obviously you have your climate control air conditioning down here, very simple to operate, and you have USB and 12-volt sockets at the front here. So you've got all of these features. They're all standard. You know how they work. I don't have to say too much. But now let's come to the real issue on this vehicle. Many people are horrified when they hear that you've only got a 4-speed automatic gearbox. But I'll tell you something very interesting I found. Now I'm going to compare the Suzuki version and the Toyota version, but they are mechanically identical. At 120 kilometers an hour, in 5th gear in the manual, you're doing 3,500 revs. At 120 kilometers an hour, in top gear, 4th gear in the auto, you're only doing 3,000 revs. The gearing is far more suited to open road cruising in my book in the auto version. Quite interesting. Where you do suffer, shall I call it, is that, for example, when you need to shift down a gear, obviously it's a little bit more harsh. If you're just driving very sedately, very slowly, there's no problem at all. But if you want to kick and shift down a gear, that's a little bit harsh. And also, because there are only 4 ratios, I have found when you come around the corner, for example, and you want to put your foot down, there's that moment of hesitation before the gear engages the correct gear. So the old school box, well, you can say old school, less ratios, but I think the fact that we actually got better economy out of the auto than we did out of the manual tells you something, doesn't it? Overall, of course, you get Toyota's service plan, which is a 5-year service plan, 5-year, 6 service, 90,000 kilometer service plan. I've got to get my facts right over here. And of course, you get Toyota warranty, and you get the fact that there's a Toyota dealer round every single corner. Can't leave that one out. 2 airbags, ABS, all the usual suite of safety features as well. Well, I think Toyota filled an amazing gap over here with this vehicle. It's a niche in the market that they needed. As I said, baby Fortuner. That's what I'm going to call this one. And I think it's going to become known as that. Priced currently for this model, you start off the range with a manual, or with the same engine and a manual gearbox, 5-speed manual gearbox. You can start at 247,000 Rand currently. This one we're in now, 315,000 Rand. I'll bet you they're going to sell plenty. And that's the proof of the pudding. For Motivators, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.